Hey everyone, it's Bradley and Jackie from A Purposeful Pop Life, and we're here today at Rustica in Minneapolis.
Yep, and today we are reviewing another Passionflix movie.
Unfortunately, but before we get there, we had a great weekend. In fact, we celebrated Jackie's birthday on Friday night, or was it Saturday night?
It was Saturday night. My 40th,
yeah. Yep, at Lord Fletcher's on Lake Minnetonka. So if you've not made it out there, Lord Fletcher's is the granddaddy on that lake. It's still a ton of fun. I've got great childhood memories there.
It's beautiful,
isn't
right?
it? It's fantastic.
Yeah.
The crowd was hopping. There was a ton of people, and your birthday party, of course, was great.
Of course it was my party.
Well, yeah, no, but it was fun. We got a chance to meet some of Jackie's family and friends. It almost felt like, I thought this morning, like a wedding. Like, you get to meet people you never would get a chance to meet. Doesn't that make sense?
Because I feel like we've had a lot of associations through social media with our families, but we've never really, so now I just need to meet yours.
Yeah.
We'll party.
We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah,
we'll do it. So anyhow, we watched a movie this week, and it's a series, if you will. So it's one book put into, is it 6 segments, like kind of 6 shows?
Yes, they kind of divide it into chapters, like the actual book. So they're emulating like the chapters in the book. Yeah.
And it's called Driven. And okay, so guys out there, guys, it is like Days of Thunder, the movie with Tom Cruise, Cole Trickle, as if it was written by a woman. There is no racing and a ton of drama. That's how I see it. It's a racing guy, but it's all drama. You don't get to see him race at all.
Yes, but the story is not complete.
Well, okay, that is true.
There's still a couple more parts, and he might be racing. Like, yeah, we had to get to know the characters.
Right.
We have to find out why they're in love, make the connections.
It's a long wind-up. I will say this. It is a Passionflix movie, so like I said, it's kind of like the Hallmarky,
It's not
fine. This one is very adultish.
Yes.
There are scenes that are, this is not even like audio. You don't want the kids to listen to this one. It's a little, it's aggressive. It's almost like it could be on the bad rating system at moments. But they do a nice job filming, and I do think, despite the garbageness of some of those scenes, in my opinion, there's actually some good lessons in there, I think, about relationships so far, and I think there's some good lessons about, life. I mean, it's a stretch to say that, but there is some redeeming value to this movie thus far.
I loved it. I absolutely loved the movie. I do agree that, here's the thing with those scenes. The scenes in Passionflix movies can be a little intense, a little salacious, but you also have to remember that it's between two people who really love and care for each other. This isn't like some one night, none of I don't think any of it is disgusting or gross, because it's between two people who have a very, very strong feelings for each other and are in love or falling in love. So I think that's the kind of mindset you have to go into when you're watching those things. Like, yes, those are just actors, but their characters are...
No, that's true. And in fairness, I get up really early, and so I'm watching these movies at like 5:36 in the morning, and it's just not the
you may not be
start of the day I want to have,
I watched it at night with a glass of wine.
That's
so
very
I had
different.
A very different...
Different
venue.
mindset. Yeah.
Yes. So what we have here are 2 characters. Colton Donovan, that's his name, right?
He's a race car driver.
He's a race car driver, very famous, very successful. And he meets, her name is Riley. And they instantly have a connection. They kiss the first time they even have an encounter with each other. Physically attracted to each other, and he gets to know her emotionally immediately too. And that has to do with her job, her personality, how she is. He just kind of fits right into her. And they make this really good couple, but they both have a lot of baggage.
Yes.
So I think throughout their life, they've always been kind of coined as maybe people who are inconsequential, and that is something that they bring up a lot during the movie. They feel like they don't want to be a burden to anyone, they don't want to be inconsequential, but they're not to each other, but they feel like they are, and that's kind of keeping them apart and kind of halting their relationship and stopping it from moving forward.
And I felt actually those scenes in between, I think it's like episode 4 and 5, if you will, when they were having the dialogue about their past and their backgrounds, I thought those were actually like really good scenes and really good dialogue. And the reason I made the analogy to Days of Thunder, if you haven't watched that movie,
I haven't seen it.
Okay, I recommend that movie.
I'm gonna watch it.
Nicole Kidman is the female character in there, and she dispenses a ton of life lessons to Tom Cruise's character, and I forget the other guy's, Roddy, whatever his name is. character. And there's actually a lot of good life lessons in there. And I feel like this movie's the same. There's actually their dialogue about their past and what pain feels like and how tragedy occurs unexpectedly and what you do about it. I think it's good. And I'm not saying I'm looking forward to the next round of this movie.
But he's going to watch.
But I'm curious. So there is a cliffhanger I didn't see at the end. In fact, I thought I figured it out before the end.
He did. He texted me. He's like, I bet this is going to happen. I'm like, just watch it.
And it's not what happened. Something different happened, and it's really unexpected and almost jarring, I would say. So in a way, I don't want to watch it, but now I kind of do. Like, why would the author have done that? Yeah.
As a woman, like, who they just shared a very intimate scene, and then how he responds to it later on to a woman that's like a punch in the stomach.
Yeah.
Like, you just felt like it's
yeah.
like he made her at that moment feel like the most disgusting person probably in the world, even though he doesn't feel that way about her. To what just occurred between them was like devastating to a female.
Okay, but as a guy watching it, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what the heck just happened? I mean, as a guy, I don't understand what happens in that scene. I don't get it. Like, I didn't get it watching it. That's why I was like, what the heck?
So he clearly has a past that is carries a lot of baggage, and that's kind of the thing that I got out of this is we all have a lot of baggage, and that can make us feel like a burden and inconsequential.
Yes.
But what we need to remember is that there are people who love us enough to help us carry that baggage and move forward and love us no matter what we do or what we've done in our past.
And that is why I'm watching Passionflix with Jackie, carrying this baggage with her. No, but that is totally true.
And guys, not very many men would do that.
I'm a good friend. I'm a good friend. But I'm curious to see how they resolve it. So as we are both writers, and as writers, you write for a reason. You're trying to share a story for a reason. And I guess I'm sort of now curious as to what is the story and why did the author put this in the book? Because you remember Passionflix is taking books into movies, and so I'm actually just intellectually sort of curious, what are they trying to communicate with this? So I actually kind of look forward to it, not the movie itself, because it's not my cup of tea. But I'm curious from the story, the message, like what it's going to be. So. And
it should be out soon. Passionflix is, I think, pretty much done filming it. This part 2 of Driven.
Okay.
So if you have time this weekend, make sure the kids are in bed and make sure they can't hear. Turn the audio down.
Yes.
But if you have some time this weekend, watch Driven.
I think so too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool.
Watch it with a friend or a spouse.
Yes.
Some good scenes.
Yes.
All right. Bye.
We'll see you later.
Bye.